I stood there with my hands raised in the middle of the electronics store while a security guard reached for his taser. Everyone stared at me like I was an animal cornered in a cage, and then a calm voice behind me said, "Play the security footage. Now, my name is Marcus. I am 34 years old. Atlanta, Georgia native. Black. Quiet. Non-confrontational. A software developer who avoids drama like the plague." It was supposed to be a normal Saturday. I wanted to treat myself to new noise-canceling headphones, the expensive ones, after finishing a brutal work week, supporting hospital servers. The electronics store smelled like new plastic and fresh coffee. Screens glowed on the walls. Music played softly. But as soon as the employees saw me, hoodie, dark skin, tired face, their smiles tightened. Microaggressions are quiet, but unmistakable. I told myself, just grab your headphones and leave. At the headphone display, a white guy next to me got instant help. A sales rep rushed over, eager and friendly. I stood there ignored like furniture. I finally picked the model I wanted and walked toward the register. That's when I noticed footsteps behind me, security trailing me while pretending not to. I made it to the checkout line, behind an older white lady. She paid in cash. The cashier didn't question her once. My turn. I placed the headphones on the counter, smiling politely. "Just this today." The cashier glanced nervously at the security guard, then at me. Can I see your ID?" "For headphones," I asked. "It's store policy." "No, it isn't," I murmured. "You didn't ask her." He didn't respond. I reluctantly handed him my ID, watching him scan my name as if he was searching for a criminal record printed on plastic. That was humiliating enough, but then it got worse. "Excuse me." The older white woman snapped behind me. I turned. She glared with the confidence of someone convinced she was doing the country a favor. "Aren't you going to search for him?" she demanded. I saw him acting suspicious back there, keeping watch, picking things up and setting them down. That's how they do it. People turned. Eyes landed on me. The humiliation and rage wrapped around my lungs. I tried to speak. "Ma'am, I was reading the—" She cut me off. "I watched the news. Don't play dumb. This is a high theft item, and I'm not going to stand here and watch him walk out pretending he bought something." Security stepped forward, hand grazing his taser. "Sir, I'm going to need you to calm down." I wasn't yelling. I wasn't arguing. I wasn't even moving. "I am calm," I said, voice breaking. She accused me of stealing for no reason. He took another step. "Put your hands where I can see them." The whole store went silent. People watched, but no one spoke. A couple of teenagers raised their phones, recording. My cheeks burned with humiliation. My voice shook. "You have cameras everywhere," I said. "Check them. Run the footage." But the elderly woman kept pushing. "Call the police. Maybe then we'll find out what he's hiding." My hands were still raised, and for the first time in a long time, I felt something crack inside me. Not anger, but exhaustion. "No," I said quietly. "You won't do this to me today." The guard stiffened, fingers tightening near his taser. Before anything escalated, a strong voice cut through. "Hey, what's going on here?" A black woman in a stylish business blazer strode toward us, her name tag shining. "Store manager Taylor." She looked at the scene. Security guard, shaken customer, angry white woman, phone recording. Then her eyes landed on mine. "Marcus," she said. I blinked. "Taylor. We knew each other. We volunteered years ago at a youth mentorship program." "Marcus, you designed the hospital software, right?" she said loudly, making sure everyone heard. Then she turned to security. "Why is a paying customer standing here with his hands up like he's under arrest?" The security guard stammered. "Well, we got a report in." She snapped. "From who?" The older woman lifted her chin proudly. "From me. I saw him acting suspicious. I know the signs." Taylor's voice dropped to deadly calm. "You said these people." The woman swallowed but pushed on. "I didn't mean." "No," Taylor interrupted. "You meant exactly what you said." She looked at the cashier. "Did he steal anything?" "No," the cashier admitted. "I was just checking ID." And then she said, So he didn't steal, Taylor repeated. And instead of checking the cameras, you humiliated him in public? The guard stared at the floor. Taylor signaled toward the back room. We're pulling the footage. Now. Minutes later, Taylor returned with printed screenshots. She held them up like evidence in a courtroom. This is Marcus, she said clearly, looking at headphones for 3 minutes, reading labels, doing exactly what customers do. She lifted a second sheet. And this is you, she said to the white woman, watching him the entire time, whispering, pointing. The woman turned red. This is unfair. I was only trying to protect. Taylor cut her off with razor calm. This store doesn't need protection from black customers. It needs protection from bias. Then she turned to the security guard and cashier. You are both required to complete anti-bias training, starting today. And if anything like this happens again, you're gone. They nodded, eyes lowered. And as for you, ma'am, Taylor turned back to the older woman. You are banned from this store. Permanently. The woman gasped. You can't do that. I was trying to help you. No, Taylor said. You were trying to humiliate him, and you enjoyed it. The woman stormed out, muttering. Taylor faced me again, tone softening. Marcus, I'm sorry. You deserve better. Your headphones are free today. I tried to say no, tried to stay composed, but my voice broke. Thank you. I drove home in silence. The expensive box sat on the passenger seat, like a trophy I never wanted. Part of me was grateful for Taylor, for stepping in, for using her authority for good. But a heavier part sat in my chest. Why did I need a manager who knew me to be treated like a human being? Why did innocence require surveillance footage, witnesses, the professional title a savior? Being black in America often means innocence isn't assumed. It must be proven. A few days later, the footage and phone recording surfaced online. The video didn't make me famous, but it made something else happen. A message from a young black kid I didn't know. He wrote, I get followed in stores too. I thought it was just me. Seeing you stand up for yourself made me feel less alone. I stared at that message for a long time, because that's the real tragedy and the real power of these moments. Racism doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, Can I see your ID? We're watching you. You don't belong here. And sometimes the greatest revolution is someone finally whispering back, No, not today. If you're watching this, maybe you've felt that sting too. Maybe you've been followed. Maybe you've been randomly checked. Maybe you've been treated like a threat before you ever spoke a word. Or maybe you've been the bystander, the one who sees something wrong and stays quiet. This is your reminder. Silence is easy, but it is never neutral. One voice, one person choosing to say stop, can change everything. That's what happened in that store. And that's why stories like this matter. You've been watching the Black Diaries, where our stories don't just hurt. They wake people up. If this story touched you, don't scroll away. Like the video, subscribe, share it, and tell your story in the comments. Because someone out there might hear it and feel less alone.